I'm here to talk about Sun Summit Minerals. I joined the company as CEO 1 year ago. My background is in capital markets, and I kind of got into the gold space 25 years ago, a little bit by accident. I began my career in Boston with FMR which is the research and fund management arm of Fidelity Investments, and got a big promotion in March of 2000 to fund manager. They gave me the Select Gold fund to manage, and for those of you that are my age or older, remember March of 2000 was the peak of the dot-com bubble. So I wasn't all that happy, to be completely honest, about getting a gold fund to run. Gold had done nothing but go down for 20 years because real rates were very high. You could earn a very good real return on your money buying T-bills in the 80s and 90s. That has not been the case for the last 20 or 25 years. I don't see that being the case for a very long time, if ever again, given the US debt situation. So I've been bullish on gold basically since 9/11. Based on negative real interest rates, and here I am today to tell you about some fantastic assets that we have in British Columbia. To Eric's point, we are fully funded. We're going to have a 10,000 meter program this summer. We just closed on $11.5 million of equity in December. That was straight equity with no warrants. And what I'm most pleased about, let's say, in addition to being fully funded for our program this summer, is that we've had really strong growing institutional interest in the deal. Our market cap today is only about $40 million. I'll get into how that valuation is, I would say, absurdly low relative to our neighbors in the district. But what's great about this project is we have terrific grade. We're in the right neighborhood in the Toodoggone. That's one of the hottest districts in Canada. You know, to Eric's point, probably a 15 to 20 million ounce district that's underway here. The grades that we've been getting and that we got this year, and we've only had the project for 2 years. It's an important note. The JD project was optioned at the beginning of 2024. In the first year, we drilled 122 meters at 2.1 grams. This year, we drilled 81 meters or 4.8 and 78 meters at 3.7. These are really fantastic grades and all very close to surface in this epithermal gold-silver system that runs through our property. I'll get into it a little bit later, but we also have a very large 12-kilometer porphyry, copper-gold porphyry trend running through the property. Either one of those will be a company maker, but our focus right now is on the gold. We think we can generate a lot of shareholder value in this epithermal system. It's a 4.5-kilometer corridor. We've done, over the last 2 years, close to 10,000 meters of drilling. I'm just going to advance here to our timeline. Historically, there's been about 36,000 meters of drilling on the property, and we plan to do another 10,000 meters this summer. So all of that will lead into, I think, probably one of the most important events in our corporate history, which is a mineral resource, let's say by the middle of next year. So within 18 months, which I still believe to be an investable time horizon. So we have really a fantastic opportunity to create a terrific amount of value here right in front of us. And I'll jump right into why I believe that. Our market cap is about 40 million today. Our neighbor immediately to the west is Thesis Gold. Their market cap is about 800 million. They've got just under a 4 million ounce gold resource, closer to 5 million ounces gold equivalent. We believe, as Eric does, thanks for that, Eric, that we have a multi-million ounce deposit here, or we'll prove one up over time. If by next summer I can show you 1.5 million to 2.5 million ounces, that would be roughly half the size of our immediate neighbor, and I don't think we'll trade at 5% of their market cap. I don't know if we'll get all the way to halfway, but even if we got a quarter of the way, that'd be about a 5-bagger from here. So tremendous opportunity for us to create value. The other neighbors in the area, TDG, AMark, and of course Centerra, anchoring the district with their past production at Kemess, and a very interesting PEA that came out this week. This area is absolutely going to consolidate over time. So we're in the Toodoggone very quickly. This is what we call the Golden Horseshoe. Same rocks as the Golden Triangle, but just separated by the Bowser Basin, and a fantastic place to be. So this is the neighborhood. This is the Toodoggone. And you can see our property, JD, smack dab right in the middle. Immediately to the west, contiguous with us, is Thesis Gold, with very robust economics on their project. I think there's somewhere around a $5 billion after-tax NPV5 today at today's prices. And that's a fantastic looking project. To the south, you've got Centerra's Kemess project that anchors the district. We also saw a very robust PEA coming out this week. Maybe more impressive is there was a quote from the premier in that press release supporting mining in the area and continuous upgrades in infrastructure. Because there's been past mining here, there's good roads and good power to the area. And then last, certainly not least, would be AMARC and TDG to the south and east of us, both of which have had tremendous results drilling off their copper gold porphyry. And we think that system runs through the whole neighborhood, through our property as well. Okay, so this basically outlines what we have over the next 12 to 18 months. We'll do 10,000 meters of drilling this year. Again, that's in addition to the 36,000 of historical and close to 10,000 meters that we've done over the last 2 years. We've only had this project for 2 drill seasons. So we're excited that we're fully funded now, well ahead of time for an aggressive program. And we want to stay aggressive. This is a bull market, and this is the time to be aggressive and deploy capital. This corridor is about a 4.5 kilometer corridor between what we call the Creek Zone, where we had our fantastic high-grade results this year, and then on the east side, the Fin Zone. We put some results out yesterday. Fin Zone, a little lower grade than Creek, but also very high silver content. So this is a corridor that has not been tested all the way across, and you can see all these multi-ounce sniffs of gold and silver between Creek and Fin. All those white dots are historical drilling. So you can see there's been a lot of work over time in this area, and we're excited to keep going. This probably highlights our best hole of the year last year, 81 meters at 4.8 grams. That started at 28 meters from surface. So that's absolutely open pittable material over time as we continue to prove this up. If you look at the area that we've defined, the mineralized area, if you assumed a 1 gram grade across that, that would be 3 million ounces. Now that's probably aggressive to assume a gram, but that's just the Creek Zone. And so not only is there good grade here, but there is potential for scale as you look across that whole corridor. This looks at 2 of our best holes last year, hole number 7 and hole number 21. Again, it's very rare that you see in a safe jurisdiction like British Columbia, shallow 70, 80 meter intercepts at 3 to 4 grams plus. So this is good stuff. This is a look at all the historic drilling. Again, I'd say even just looking at, or rather, pardon me, all the drilling that we've done over the last 2 years, and you look at some of those highlight drill results, those are fantastic grades, and these are continuous. There's no smearing effect going on here. And in fact, right now, we're running MET screens. We think that the fire assay is actually leaving some of the grade behind, so stay tuned on an update there. Fin Zone on the east side, we put out some results recently on that yesterday. Again, grades not as robust as on the Creek Zone, but still very good grades, 50, 60 meters of a gram plus with good silver grades as well. Okay, so that covers the epithermal. That's where I think we'll generate a ton of value, but I just want to talk briefly about this 12-kilometer porphyry system. It's probably a bad idea for us to invest in drilling a porphyry as a junior with a 40 million market cap. If we can create the kind of value that I think we can from the gold resource, that'll put us in a good position to then chase this part of the property. But that's not to say we won't do any more work here, but we've had some terrific results here. There's a lot of coincidental mag chargeability and resistivity highs, so no shortage of drill targets in this area as well. This is our third project, Buck. It does have an 800,000 ounce resource on it at half a gram. We have not invested much in 2025 and probably will do very little in 26. You can value us on a per ounce basis. I would say at half a gram, this is still a bit low. Although 25 years ago, I would have told you 1 gram was unminable, and now you can see the Blackwater mine, about 150 clicks southeast of Buck, is mining, I think, at a 0.7 grade. So how things change. On the Buck property, we also have an interesting copper gold moly porphyry anomaly to the northwest that's had very little attention given to it. So we don't know what we'll do with this project. I'm perfectly happy to keep it in the background for now and entertain offers if that comes across. Part of the reason why I joined Sun Summit, given my capital markets background, was the strength of the technical team. Management is deeply experienced in mining, but Ken McDonald, our VPX, has worked in mining in BC for decades. And Chris Leslie, who may or may not be here today, and I call him Dr. Tudigon behind his back. He was a pit geo at Comes back in 2004 when it looks like he wasn't old enough to be out of high school, and has been in the area for 20 years. In fact, had the JD property inside Tower Resources in 2012. So I like a geo with some unfinished business, and this project means a lot to Chris, to Ken, and to all of us. Our share structure right now, we've got just over 300 million shares outstanding. We do have a big slug of warrants. When I joined the company, the market cap was about 6 million. Today, we're 40. We had a project that was not fully funded that now, not only were we fully funded to do a great deal of work last year, much more than was required, we're fully funded to get pretty darn close to 100% ownership this year. And we've got 15 million worth of warrants in the money. Most of these warrants are at 11 cents, and our stock today, I think, closed at 14. So we're in a great financial position with an exciting property, and happy to take your questions. Our booth is just outside the door.